Welcome to Dronezzz by Limac. It's a city building type style game. That's really where I'm gonna leave it. It looks like they actually put a lot of effort into it, but as we've seen, sometimes they show little stuff that looks like there's a lot into it and there's really not. But this one looks like it probably they put quite a bit into it. So let's load it up, see what happens. Sure, it's still recording. Here we go. Any second now. Where we go? Unreal. I think this is the first one I've seen that uses Unreal. Fmod. I don't know what Fmod is. Start simulating. Okay, welcome, apprentice, to my ID is bot, and my programmed goal is to assist you in constructing the fundamental infrastructure of this hive using this simulation. To allow us to construct enough workers and furthermore expand into multiple hives, which will allow us to substitute for the absence of Earth's inhabitant of classification B. In front of you, we digitalize the building spaces into a grid for you. It should improve your understanding of your system and help with visualizing the task at hand. To introduce you to the system, you'll begin by placing honey manufacturing facilities on the grid until you've acquired a small amount. You can open the building menu by clicking the bottom, clicking the bottom, clicking the button, means button, on the bottom side of the screen or by pressing space. Explore the system, and if by any miracle you acquire 10 honey, we will provide you with further missions. Don't call us, we will call you. So I can just press space, that's nice. So I guess we have this. It says 0, 4. Oh, we have 4 spaces for it. I guess we just put honey in for now. Okay. Let's leave it there for now. How do we get more chip space? Chipset. Take 6 honey. Okay. There we go. Seems like you promised the fundamental function to follow the most simplest of tasks. Maybe our colony isn't doomed. As you have maybe noticed, you couldn't build more than 4 honey manufacturers. I did notice that. This is to the limited amount of chipsets you have available. Most of your buildings require you to have at least 1 or more available to build them. Your next objective will be to increase this value and increase the amount of buildings you can have running simultaneously. This can be achieved by placing multiple chipset camp across the board. I will unlock it for you now. So I'm assuming that means this in any green spot. Now we have 4 more. I'll put one here. Your aptitude for the task at hand surprises me every time. I never expected you to reach this far into the simulation, but let's continue. Your sarcasm is not appreciated. You managed to increase honey production and learn how to increase possible building slots. I will unlock the next building for you, which is the scrap gatherer. The scrap gatherer will allow you the production of a new resource called, who would have thought, scrap. It is a slow process, and the building itself is more expensive than your previous ones, but it is crucial in expanding and upgrading the hub. To show you, read along carefully and didn't just skip through the Carefully crafted dialogue. Please collect 10 scrap. Okay. Let's do that. Do that. Do that. And we're gonna wait for this because we may need a relay to increase our size, and it may only be placeable on a lit one, so I don't want to accidentally fill up the last space. You're doing buzzing. Your next objective will be to upgrade the hub. Building at the center of the grid, it will allow you to construct more advanced buildings and bring us one step closer to our goal of releasing the drones to the surface. Click on the hub and hover over the upgrade button to see the requirements you need to fulfill to start the upgrade. Wait until you have enough or build more buildings to speed up the process. 15 honey, 12 scrap. We have enough. I appreciate that. And I like the ambient sounds. They're nice to fill up the space. It's like music, but also not music. Congratulations, your hub upgrade increases your repertoire with a new set of buildings. And I like how he sounds. Both the way he talks most of the time is very fluent, and then the sound it makes when his words are appearing. I'll walk you through them, make sure you understand how they work. Let's start with the relay tower. The relay tower has to be placed on a powered grid cell, and it will power up nearby grid cells so you can expand easily. Good thing I didn't do the thing. Let's build one so you can see the effects for yourself. Can I build it anywhere? No. Good. Splendid. Be sure to utilize the relay's range with maximum efficiency in mind. Let's get to the data mines. They will supply you with data chunks, which will be useful in further advancements. They work fairly slowly, but they have a unique trait which makes the drones utilize leftover scrap from nearby facilities. So be sure to have at least one scrap gatherer on a grid cell next to the data mine to maximize their production rate. Let me see you get 25 data so we can continue. Sure. I'm a place a bunch of these relays first. And I need honey. I'm gonna place one more of these. Actually, just one. Is there a way to... Oh, it's because I showed you something back there. Place this here. Because there's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then one more. 8. I'll place another one of these. I don't have enough honey. I'm gonna guess because it's being used up by something. What is using it? I don't know. It may be the data mines, if I had to guess. We're just gonna wait for it to collect 25 pieces. Data dump. So far, I really like this game, though. Computing unit. Necessary to filter unused data from the code. Building it near a scrap gatherer increases supply. Excellent. Against all my expectations, we've advanced rather far, but the biggest feat is still ahead of us, which is going to be to upgrade Hub to level 3. This upgrade is going to need a lot of resources, so expand the nest to the best of your abilities, and if you feel ready to finish, proceed with the upgrade. Oh, we need a lot of honey, a lot of scrap, and a lot of data. So once data gets to 50, I'll worry a little bit more about what we do with data. Feel like there should be a way to move around this place, but doesn't appear to be. Oh, there's. Okay, let's build 4 more honey. Another chipset. Or 2. Or 3. Or 4. And then a relay. And a relay. And a relay. And then 4 more honey. And 4 more data. And I'll do 4 more scrap machines. Gonna build another one of these off to the left. I did. I don't know what the scrap machines look like. Ah, these. 3 and 4. And then we'll just wait for this to be something I can do. Lots of honey, lots of scrap. But it should all be really quick now. Yeah, it's going through real quick. I think I could do more honey. And then chipset. Chipset. Yep. Now in just a second, we're good to upgrade. $250 honey, and by that point the scrap should be done too. Congratulations, you managed to increase the hub size and strengthen the colony enough so that the drones can venture to the outside world and get to work. This means the withering of mankind's planet, and thus its impending doom, can be slowed down. Too bad there are way more problems humans should tend to so they won't decay in the foreseeable future. Those are not within the scope of our programming. Your job here is done. Feel free to stay and further strengthen the hive, or you can just leave by pressing escape or P. Okay. Squeak. I'm gonna be honest, that could just be here all day for this button. Love that button. Okay. I'm gonna fully place relays in every place that a relay can go to put power everywhere. Hopefully without leaving any hexagon unpowered. I don't think the amount of power it does is random. I think there is a thought process behind it. It's just not a thought process I care to understand. Keep not waiting for the honey. Oh Lord. Why did it only do the 2? Oop. Is that everything? Looks like everything. Okay. Let us go and choose. Let's see. Let's start with chipsets. Let's get the chipsets up to like 100 or something. This is where, oh, that was an accident. The shift button to make multiple and high time would come in handy in this game, but this seems just like a concept for a game rather than an actual full-fledged game, or else there would be more than just the one level. But I do like this game, don't get me wrong. What does this do? I don't know what this does. Okay. Now that that's decided, let me zoom into an area. Place as many data things as I can possible. I don't know what that thing keeps popping up for. To unused data from the code. Building near a scrap gatherer increases the collected amount. Okay. So what? This is better for that. I think they did that just to add some variation. Use all of the honey we have, yep. Okay. And now let's get the honey to go up a little bit more. I want more scrap gatherers. Now we will go to just the normal honey. Create the biggest honey empire in all of existence. So, okay. My thought process on bees, not that anyone asked. Personally, I don't agree that bees are this whole holier than thou, saviors of the world, super important thing. I think bees are cool, and they do a job that a lot of plants that we use find necessary. And so, yes, it's cool to take care of them. Are they something that I would personally try my hardest to stop from going extinct? No, but I know a lot of people care about bees a lot more than I do. And they're cute, so I'll allow them to continue their existence. Mainly because they're cute. One might ask, how could you call an insect cute? And I would say if you were talking about most other insects, I would say they're not, but bees are adorable. Just not when they're trying to buzz into my ear. I quite enjoy bees' existence. They do a lot of good things. They're pretty useful for a lot of plants. But I'm not going to pretend like the world would go into an all-out disaster if bees disappeared tomorrow. Because it wouldn't. But do I think that means we should let bees die? No. We should save the bees for the sake of bees are bees. Do I think we should save every creature that lives on Earth? No. Should we stop people from saving them if they like them? No. Save the bees. Because people like bees. Not because they're some holier than thou creature, or because they're special, or anything like that. I think they should be saved because people like them. They do a job that's clear and easy to see. Like, whereas if somebody said, save the spiders, they out here saving us from malaria, I would say that they should all burn in hell with the spiders, because spiders are awful. Spiders are awful. I'm just waiting for all the resources to get 1,000, if you're wondering. But bees can stay. Bees are nice. Bees generally won't hurt you unless you hurt them. There are some types of bees which I do think should go extinct. Honeybees are not one of them. I think there are types of bees, like all animals and insects, that are hyper-aggressive for survival reasons, which makes them a danger to society, so they should just get gone. But bees are not those. Bees are just cute. Little honeybees are cute and fluffy and only sting you if you fuck with them, even though they land on your food for no reason. So technically they started it, but that doesn't mean you should let them die. Because people are a pain in the ass and we let them live. I've been going off on bees tangent for a little bit now. I say that, but this is a stream solely around bees, and I'm playing a bunch of bee games intentionally, but that's besides the point. A synopsis of the story. Honeybees are good. Honeybees are great. They're not the end all be all. But they do be buzzing. And I wish for them to live. Because honey is nice. And they don't hurt nobody. Some bees should die. Not honeybees. And I'm totally cool with there being a National Bee Day. Because honeybees are nice. I just think people have two misconceptions about bees. One is that all bees are good. Which isn't true. There are a lot of different species of bees that are amazing. There are a couple that are extremely hazardous to mankind. Those types of bees should go away, and they could drop off a cliff. I wouldn't care. But honeybees, other cute little bees that can't hurt you or won't hurt you unless you hurt them, they can stay, and we should put in some effort. Well, not we should. I have no problem with people who care about bees putting in some effort, making it known to other people who may care about bees but don't realize anything's going on. to let them know, or to make people care about bees, because it's the same thing as like if suddenly cats were dying at an extremely large rate. I would want to know. I would want somebody to get up in my face and be like, well, cats are dying. We should save them, because I would be about that. And for some people, that's what bees are. They're the equivalent of, this is one of my favorite things, and now it's dying, so let's save it. And the one thing I think I disagree on is people trying to make it sound like the world's just gonna crash and burn without honeybees. Because who's gonna pollinate the plants? Those people do not know what they're talking about. For two reasons. One, humans exist. If there's a plant and they want it to stick around, botany's existed for a really long time. We've made plants that we didn't want to stick around into plants that we want to stick around. So we can certainly make plants that can't stick around anymore stick around. So that's just how it is. And two, most, if not all, food plants do not require pollination, or it is so easy to pollinate them that we already do it just as a practice for farming. And so in that instance, bees are not useful. We don't need them for it. But does that mean we should just get rid of them and throw them off a cliff? No. Honeybees, cute little bees that like plants. If you find a way to save them, and it's like a genuine way to save them and not let's stick them in an enclosure for the rest of their life where they and their children can grow up in this specialized enclosure that's 20 degrees colder, warmer than everything else around them. I don't agree with that. Because it would be like saying, well, humanity's going extinct, so let's stick them in an enclosure. Make it so they can never escape or live their life. For generations, because at what point does it end? What point do we say the Earth is no longer sustainable for them to live on instead of the Earth doesn't need them, or we don't want them? They cannot adapt or evolve to the climate if we stick them in enclosures. I truly believe that. I think there's some cases, like a large resurgence of bees that are killing, or bears that are killing bees. That would be one thing, because we could be like, okay, move the bears, kill the bears, whatever. But when it's just the climate is bad, so bees are dying, the bees will adapt to the climate. So will humans. So will everything. Now, does that mean we shouldn't do anything? No. Does it mean I want to hear some actual big brain plan instead of just save the bees because I love the bees and the bees are great? Here's how great the bees are. I want to hear some big brain plan to actually help them rather than just saying they're gonna die, so help. Give money. Or put them in an enclosure. Love the squeak button. No offense to bee lovers who put them in enclosures, because there's nothing wrong with putting them in an enclosure, but putting them in an enclosure to try to keep them from going extinct isn't going to help them. Let me give a reason for that. We have animals nowadays in enclosures that are still going extinct. It didn't change anything. We didn't help them. What are we going to do? Release them to the wild? No. We do catch and release like that, but for the most part, when we cage something up, we intend to keep it caged because it's going to go extinct. And basically, it's just humanity's sick fascination with watching it die at that point. Whereas bees, as long as something's coming out of it, like honeybees, you put them in an enclosure, you collect the honey, you take care of them, you're sticking their hives out back into nature and just making sure that you can help them if something happens. That's fine. But when people go, well, I have this warehouse and I have 300 beehives where none of the bees in the beehives can intermingle, and all these bees are stuck in their beehive. They can't really come out. I stick food and water and shit in there. That's not cool. That doesn't help the bees, and it doesn't help us help the bees or whatever. I've been talking too much. Let me get back about the game. I enjoyed this game. I think there's a couple things you could do to make it better. Clicking a repeat, having a button that lets you just repeat what you last built. Having a button for each type of building, or if you click on the hexagon, that's when it pops up. But neither of those are technically necessary if you just have a button that lets you repeatedly place things. I like the story of it, and it gets the message it wants to send. If you made the map bigger, it would be more enjoyable. If there was any kind of events that could hurt the robot bees, or if there was any reason to do anything else other than just build them there and have them be there. Because once you place them, you really can't do anything. You're just upgrading the center. So you just place more. Oh, look, I don't have enough stuff I can place. Well, let me place some more stuff so that I can place some more stuff. The energy, the electrifying the floor was an interesting concept. I think I didn't test it, but if you can't destroy a building by clicking on it and clicking some button that says destroy or something like that, or like a bomb button, like when a thing pops up for no apparent reason to tell you, oh, this could work better this way, even though you could just have that as like a hint or a tip somewhere, would be nice. As like expanding it out kind of thing. And while that could stay the same, um, I think each building should get at least an upgrade. Because in a game like this, you always want upgrades. You want everything to upgrade at least once. Either that, or you want an endless amount that you can build, or at least a feeling endless amount that you can build, so that you can just keep going. And that when you restart, you feel like you've really destroyed everything and started over from the ground up, and you can play it a different way next time. With how it's set up, it's just if you restart, you're replaying the same game. It is a good 15-20 minutes of gameplay, but once you've played it once, you've pretty much played it. So that's that. Okay, well, that's going to be it for this game. See you at the next one.